Are the Onuha brothers actually dead? Or is the internet just making things up again? Picture this. One day, you're cruising down a sunny road in a bright yellow supercar, phone buzzing, comments flooding in, life looking real perfect. The next day, your name is plastered all over social media with a single word beside it. Missing. That is the crazy twist that hit Samuel and Ruben Onuha, two brothers, who turned online flexing into a full-time job. Everywhere I looked, Instagram stories, TikTok clips, random chat groups, the same question popped up: where did the Onuha brothers go? Some people whispered about secret drug rings, others swore they saw a post saying the brothers were already buried in the desert. The talk was loud, fast and scary, but what really happened? Let me talk you through it, step by easy step. First, you need to know who these guys are. Samuel and Ruben are Dutch Nigerian brothers who built a giant following by showing off cars, watches and wild yacht parties. Their clothing brand Icon sold cool streetwear, and their online courses promised to teach anyone how to make big money in e-commerce. Reports say they pulled in millions each month. They were everywhere until they weren't. On the night of February 10th, 2025, Dubai police raided the brothers' huge villa on Palm Jumeirah. Lights flashed, gates opened, and the party inside froze in a shock. The raid was quick, and by morning, the news had spread. The Onuhas had been taken away. No selfies, no funny captions, just silence. That silence became a blank canvas for the internet. Into that blank space poured wild rumors. Some posts claimed the brothers had been running big-time drug routes across oceans. Other posts said they scammed people with fake investments. I even saw one video saying they had crossed a powerful crime family and paid the price. Each new theory got clicks, shares, and more fuel. I decided to dig for myself. A dude online said he spoke with a friend who is locked up in the very same police station where Samuel and Ruben are sitting right now. His words were crystal clear. They are fine. They are not hurt. They are not in some dark hole, he said. The truth was far simpler than the internet stories. That truth begins with a party, an epic loud glowing party at the brothers' villa. Music thumped, lights flashed, and people danced like maniacs. Somewhere in that swell, someone pulled out bags of a bright powder nicknamed Pink. Pink is a risky mix of MDMA, ketamine, and other chemicals that no one should mess with, especially in a place like Dubai. That music kept playing, people kept laughing, and then the police arrived. In Dubai, drug laws are strict and clear. If you have it, you face it. So officers tested everybody in the house. Anyone who failed the test went straight to a cell. That group included Samuel and Ruben. Because the house was theirs, the blame spotlight fell hardest on them. They were not charged with smuggling. They were not tied to any scary gang leader. They were not held for drug possession at a party. A bad choice, but not the thriller plot some posts pushed online. Inside the detention center, life is not a movie set, yet it is not pure misery either. My sources tells me the brothers share a common area with other party guests. They can do light workouts, they eat simple meals, and they call family a few times a week. Think of it as a waiting room with locked doors, not a deep underground prison. So why then did the social media explode with talk of life sentences and secret graves? The answer is simple: clicks. Big headlines pull eyes, loud claims travel fastest. When people see rich influencers fall, many cheer. It feels like watching a superhero lose his powers. The bigger the fall, the juicier the story. There is also the envy aspect. For years, the Onuhas showed every slice of their rich life: jets, jewelry, pool parties, hot girls. Each post said, "Look how big we are." That kind of shine can spark two feelings: inspiration or jealousy. A lot of viewers felt the second one. So when the brothers got in trouble, those viewers rushed in with "I told you so" comments. Facts were less funny than spicy rumors, so the wild tales won. Yet the records on the ground show no massive drug empire. The brothers' money mostly came from their clothing brand and online courses. Clothing sales alone were around $30 million a year. They helped thousands of buyers feel part of a cool club. They did not need shady side hustles to pay the bills. So what happens next? Lawyers are working, fines will be large, a sentence of 6 months to maybe a year is possible. After that, Dubai will likely send them home and say, do not come back. Will this end their businesses? Maybe not. Money and fame can bounce back like a rubber ball, but the internet never forgets, and their past posts will keep popping up whenever their names trend again. This story shows a simple lesson. If you flaunt a shiny life, be ready for the bright lights when things go wrong. One wrong move can flip a dream into a headline. Is it fair? Not always, but it is the cost of living in the spotlight. Let me pause for you and paint a scene for a second. Picture Samuel, standing on his villa balcony the night before the raid. Fireworks from a nearby hotel light up the sky. Music leaks from giant speakers. People laugh below. He raised his phone to film yet another story. Living life, baby? That moment freezes in time. Less than 24 hours later, the same balcony is empty, and the only sound is the wind of the Gulf. Back inside the station, my source says, Samuel spends morning pacing the small yard. Ruben likes to sit on a bench, head bowed, earbuds in, maybe hearing beats from old party playlists. They joke with other detainees, swap stories, and count the days. No one there talks about cartels or hidden graves. They talk about family visits, court dates, and what meal comes next. Outside, their mother prays. Friends scroll the news, hoping for fresh updates. Fans argue in the comment sections. One fan writes, they inspired me to start my own shop. I hope they get out clean. Another writes, this is what happens when you brag too much. The web is a storm, and every post is lighting. I kept digging because I wanted the hard numbers, not just the voices. Paperwork from the case shows no trafficking charge, only use and possession. The amount of drugs was measured in grams, not kilos. That matters. It means the talk of decades in a cell or the death penalty is pure exaggeration. Does that make the brothers innocent? Nope, they messed up. Dubai law does not care whose party brought the drugs. If it's in your house, you carry the weight. But it does prove the internet believed the story far beyond the facts. Some viewers might ask, how can they be so relaxed in that cell? Money does soften the edges. They can hire good lawyers. They can order food from the outside when allowed. They can pay for top medical checks. A regular worker caught in the same raid might face harsher conditions. That is another hard truth about fame and fortune. Still, even money cannot erase shame. Every day, the brothers read headlines calling them criminals, scammers, even ghosts. That kind of blow stings deeper than a short jail stay. Reputation travels farther than any plane. Will Samuel and Ruben change after this? I think they might. Life in a locked room gives you a lots of times to think. Maybe the next time they post, it'll be less about gold chains and more about the lessons learned, almost like the Tate brothers. Or maybe they will double down on the flash. People grow in different ways. We will have to watch. So are the Onuha brothers dead? No. To your disappointment, they are still alive. They are waiting, and they will likely walk free within a year. The bigger question is what story they will tell when they come out. Will they admit fault? Will they blame others? Or will they quietly fade out of the spotlight and start fresh somewhere else? Whatever they choose, remember this story when you scroll past the next big scandal. Behind every loud rumor is often a quite simple truth, and that truth is usually less exciting but much more real. If you enjoyed riding through this twisted tale with me, hit the next video on your screen. I've got another shocker that will keep your eyes glued. See you there. Peace out.